So I'm like currently sick, so if I sound really depressed, that's why, because I feel very tired. But yeah, today's the 15th of September, which means it's Undertale's anniversary, and a while back, Toby Fox not uploaded, he like posted this thing where you could like talk about your memories with Undertale, and I wanted to do it, but I didn't have the time that day, or maybe I did and I was just lazy and thought I would be here for like a couple of days, but no, it like the submissions closed that day, so yeah, I missed out on that. And yeah, I just want to talk about Undertale, I guess, because oh shit, I don't know. It's one of my favorite games of all time, and like my experience playing with it means the world to me, and I thought I should like share some of my memories with it, considering it's 10 years old, which is that's crazy, man. What the hell? So yeah, I'm just gonna yap for a little bit about some memories I have with Undertale. And so yeah, I think I played it back in 2016. I know I definitely didn't play it in 2015 because it was during like one summer, and like Undertale released in September, so there's no way I could have played it then. So I'm pretty sure it was 2016. But anyway, I was like, I think, yeah, 10, either 9 or 10. I can't do math, and I don't really feel like doing the math in my head. But like, I was either 9 or 10 at the time, and my older cousin, who's in a handful of my videos, like the Tekken one, he was offered by my mom to like babysit us over the summer, so that's what he did. And one of the things we did was actually play through Undertale, and yeah, that's man, those were the days. Cause like compared to now, like we didn't really have much, just like a dinky little apartment thing that he was living in with his parents, and then like we were cramped in like a small little room. But I don't know, that whole experience is probably gonna stick with me for the rest of my life. Mainly because the game was like really good and heartwarming, but also just I don't know. Those days were a lot of fun. Cause like what we did was we played through the game and like we like voiced all of the dialogue and stuff. And yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that was like a once in a lifetime thing. Like I'm not gonna be able to like recreate that whole experience nowadays because he's like a married man and I am in college. Yeah, it's been 10 years. So like we're never gonna be able to play a game like that in that way again. So I don't know, man. This video isn't really gonna have that much of a structure. I'm just gonna like try to remember my memories with Undertale throughout the years. But yeah, like I remember when we first played it, my cousin was like, "All right, here's like a really cool RPG that I found that made me cry, and I'm gonna make you guys play it." And I was like, I don't know. He introduced me to a ton of like games that I really enjoyed at the time, like Metal Slug and like I don't even remember the other ones if I'm being honest. But like over the years he like introduced me to a lot of games, and this was like one of the first big ones that we played. And yeah, he wasn't wrong. It was a really good game that makes me emotional and stuff. But when we first played it, during like the whole Flowey segment, I remember like I was so freaked out by like Flowey turning evil because I don't know, I guess I was a gullible little kid. But like whenever like I ran into the friendliness pellets and then like he had his old evil face, like that like freaked me the hell out. And then like I was worried that the rest of the game was gonna be a horror game. So then when Toriel showed up, I didn't trust her But no, the rest of the game was like so much fun. Like we ended up voicing a ton of the characters. I voiced Papyrus, and he voiced Sans, which was funny. Cause like now I can do like a Sans voice, and it's kind of harder to do Papyrus. So like I don't know. I guess that's signs of you growing up is when you're able to do Sans and no longer Papyrus. If that makes sense. None of this is really gonna make sense. This is mainly for me, and I don't think anybody's gonna watch this. But anyway, yeah, another memory I have with the game was that, like, it was when we were in Hotland, and because this was during the summer, and all we really did was like watch him play the game. Because like we would try to play the game, because it was like me and my sister. But like most of the time we were really bad at it, so our cousin had to step in for us. And yeah, we did that. And oh yeah, Hotland. I almost lost track of where I was going with this. It was Hotland, and I had a pretty bad headache at the time. And I remember like my mom was in the room with us because she was about to take us home. She was like asking our cousin like what this game was, and I had a headache. And that's why I didn't really like the Hotland music. I think it's called Core. It's not called Core, is it? I don't remember what it's called. But like, I didn't really like it for a while because I always associated that music with my headache. But like, now whenever I listen to it, I'm like, holy shit, Toby was cooking something there. So yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any other memories I had while we were playing it. Before like the bigger, like the ending parts, because I don't know. I think my sister voiced Undyne when we were playing, but I don't remember. But yeah, I remember when we got to the Asgore fight, I was like, okay, holy shit, what is going on? Because like he destroys the Mercy button, right? And that was just such a cool way of like fourth wall breaks and like playing with the game mechanics itself. It was like we tried like acting and like doing Mercy and stuff, but no, the only way to do it was to kill him. And yeah, I don't know. I just really think that's like one of the coolest things a game has ever done in terms of its like using the game mechanics it sets up to the fullest. But yeah, that was really cool. And then afterward was the Omega Flowey boss fight. And the entire time I was like shitting myself because of how scary it was, but also I was in disbelief because I was actually spoiled on what the ending, like the true pacifist ending. I don't know why I decided to watch it, but like I watched the cutscene where like all the characters are all together, and then they're like talking, and then Flowey shows up, and then like I didn't see the part where he turns into Asriel, but like I saw everything before that, so I was like, okay, this is what the ending's gonna be. So then just seeing Omega Flowey after that, I was like, what the hell, this isn't how it's supposed to go. But yeah, he managed to beat Omega Flowey, which was cool. And then like after that we did like the true pacifist stuff, and then we got to see that ending, and I was really happy with it. And I remember I was like bragging because the origin story of Asriel and Kara, like you know how like Kara falls down and then like dies, and then Asriel takes the soul and stuff. And like that whole entire sequence, I get emotional about it now, but like back then I was like, haha, I didn't cry when my cousin did. That means I'm cool and epic and stuff. Because that was like the scene he was talking about where he cried. And like when we got to it, I was like, I don't really feel anything from this. And that was probably because I was depressed or something, and I was like trying to suppress my emotions. But like nowadays, whenever I see that scene, I'm like, man, But yeah, that whole sequence happened, and then we actually got to the true pacifist ending, and man, such a good game. I love Undertale so much. But yeah, after that, the game really stuck with me for a while, to the point where I even got into the fandom a bit. Like I was watching all those like Undertale AU stuff, and there was one I remember in specific where it was like alternate universe Sanses, and they're all at a party together, and then like it was something like Science Sans was falling in love with like I don't know, Error Sans or some shit. It was something stupid like that, and I remember watching it while waiting for my grandpa to pick me up to drop me off at school in the morning at like 6 a.m. Um, but yeah, I just remember thinking that was really weird, not because it was gay, but because it was like, I guess, self-cessed. Like, I mean, it's Sans falling in love with Sans. Like, I don't know. I think that's kind of weird. Um, Side note, I think Undertale was like my first exposure to lesbians because like I remember when we were playing through it, I was really confused on why, like, who was the boy in, like, Alphys and Undyne's relationship. Because, like, Undyne was a girl, but Alphys was also a girl. So I was like, wait, which one is the boy if they're, like, both in. If they like each other? But then, like, no, I learned that, like, lesbians are a thing. So, yeah, that was cool. That was like one of my first exposures to lesbians, honestly. Um, but yeah, after that, like, I fell into the like, I guess deep parts of the fandom. Like I was watching Glitch Tale, I was watching Underverse, all that shit, looking at fan art and making my own kinda, and then like, I don't know, I was lost in the sauce for a bit, but then eventually, oh yeah, no. One thing I want to bring up is that like, okay, so at this point it's like the summer of 2017, and my one cousin we were all having like a family road trip to this one water park, and the trailer for Undertale's physical edition released, and we were watching it in like our little hotel room, and I remember I was freaking out because it was like, holy crap, I can have a physical copy of Undertale, this is cool and stuff. And then my cousin wasn't impressed. But then like at the very end of the trailer, Toby Fox says, and on PS Vita. And I was like, oh, no. And then he was freaking out afterward because like he was a big Vita person. So he was excited for that. Yeah, I don't know. That always stuck with me for some reason when it comes to like Undertale memories. But like besides that, okay, after that, this is probably around like 2018. I did get Undertale for the PS4, and I played it. I bought it, I played it, and I got the platinum for it. But I was like, at this point, my love for Undertale was like burning out. So I don't know. This was the whole, oh man, Undertale isn't cool anymore phase. Like, it's stupid and gay, I guess. I don't know. I don't mean that in a way like, oh yeah, the gay bad, but like, I was a stupid child. That's probably what I thought. But anyway, so yeah, about a year, no, not even a year passes, when Toby Fox decides to release Deltarune later that year, and that was really cool. Like I remember watching Varg Skeletor Joel play through Deltarune on Christmas, and I was like, man, Toby's so cool and stuff. And then eventually a year passes since then, and I'm like, you know what, I haven't experienced Deltarune in a while. I think I'm gonna try to relive that experience of like watching it on Christmas Eve with Joel. But I also want to like re-experience Undertale because it's been a while since I've experience that. So I decided to like rewatch his VODs of his Undertale playthrough, Joel's. And I don't know, that was when it kind of hit me that like, oh shit, wait, Undertale like means a lot to me. Cause like, he gets to the part where like you go to Toriel's house and just hearing that music again after like a couple years and like seeing how everything's changed since then, it just hit me like a ton of bricks, and I was like, man, Undertale, God. But yeah, it became like a yearly tradition after that point to like, before Christmas, watch all of Joel's Undertale playthrough up until like the true pacifist ending. I haven't seen him play Genocide yet, and I don't really want to, because I love these characters so much, and seeing them get murdered like that breaks my heart. More on that later. But yeah, I have a tradition now. Well, I did for a while, where like I'd rewatch his entire playthrough, which is like 12 plus hours or something. And then like afterward, it would be Christmas Day, and then that's when I would start rewatching his Deltarune playthrough. And I did that for a while until like I realized like I don't have the time for this anymore, so I haven't done that in a while. But like today I decided to, I don't know, just rewatch his playthrough, because why not? It's not like I'm really doing anything because I'm like sick and stuff. So yeah, I've been just rewatching that today, and yeah, it's nostalgic as shit. But yeah, and like, I guess at this point it'll be, like I'm trying to go through in my head the timeline of events, and I guess I'll talk about 2020, because yeah, in 2020 they did like an Undertale concert, like an Undertale orchestral concert, and I remember just like being there in the live stream, listening to the whole thing, and then like making my own Undertale art to celebrate the occasion. And I was like, man, I really love this game. And also my cousin was also listening to it too, and we were like talking about it and like reminiscing on like, man, remember when we were cooped up in that old small room just playing that game without a care in the world? God. Yeah, we miss those days. But yeah, the year after that, it was Undertale's anniversary again. What is it, like the 6th? And that's when they decided to stream Deltarune for some reason, and that's because they were going to release Chapter 2 a couple days later. And that was really cool. I don't think I made any like fan art then. Yeah, I don't think I like made any fan art on Undertale until like this year, actually. But yeah, basically every year my Undertale experience really just boils down to like on the 15th of September every year, I'm like, man, I really love Undertale. I'll rewatch the completionist's video on it, which I don't really do anymore because that guy, God, that really disappointed me. But also Nitro Rad's plot synopsis on Undertale, because he did a pretty good video on that. And then I'll listen to this one like music thing that this one person made, where it's like all of Undertale's soundtrack, but like in a little medley thing. I'll link it in the description when I'm done here, but like I'll listen to that and then just like reminisce on like Undertale and how old it's getting and how old I've been getting. And yeah, and then like later on in the year before Christmas, I rewatch Joel's Undertale VOD, and then rewatch Deltarune. And that cycle basically continued for the next couple years until now, where I was like, okay, I wanted to redo that piece of art I made back in 2020 because it looks like dog shit, and I definitely improved at my art. So that's what you've been watching this entire time, is my like speed drawing of it. It actually took me about like 10 hours to make. And I'm like really proud of it. There's like some parts I could have improved on, but like overall I'm really happy with how it turned out. And yeah, I'm just like rewatching Joel's playthrough right now because like I don't know, I don't really feel like there's anything else to watch apart from maybe this. But I don't know, I don't want to listen to myself talk. That's cringe. Another thing that happened this year, Undertale related, was that my one friend who's like very into Undertale like me convinced my other friend who's never played it to like do a playthrough of it in real life. Like we all got together and just like watched him play through it all in one sitting, and it was very interesting because like he's one of those people that are like, oh, I can do whatever I want in this game, so I'll just kill everybody and treat it like a normal RPG. And the entire time, me and my other friend who played Undertale were like, oh god, this is hurting my soul. And like I really wanted a backseat game, but like I don't know, just seeing somebody go through the entire game and completely miss the point of like, oh, you're supposed to befriend these monsters, and instead treat it like a normal RPG where you just kill everybody. That, oh my god, it was killing me watching that playthrough. Like I'm pretty sure he got the point. He was just doing it to troll us, and it was an 8-hour bit because he played through the entire game, killing mostly everybody. There was a really funny part where like he was saying like, oh no, the monsters are attacking me first, so it's self-defense. And then like Undyne literally calls that out during her fight, where she's like, self-defense, my ass. Like you went out of your way to kill all those dudes, and I'm like, yes, that's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, that was really funny. I really hope he does like a true pacifist playthrough sometime. I know he doesn't want to play it probably for like an entire year, but like I really hope he does play through the pacifist route, because that's where like the heart of the game is. But yeah, that was a fun thing that happened this year. But yeah, other than that, I don't know, Deltarune came out, and I don't know, for a while I put it on the same tier as Undertale, but then I realized like I can't really judge it fairly because there's only 2 chapters so far. And like it doesn't have that same emotional weight that Undertale has, where it's like I grew up with this game. Like when you're telling me that this one game that just came out that only has like 2 parts to it is like supposed to be on that same level. So like I kind of didn't really think that highly of Deltarune for a while. I say that, but like I still loved it. But like I was like, if it wants to like be on the same tier as Undertale, then like it has to really do something. And like knowing Toby Fox, I had full faith that he'd be able to achieve that. And yeah, based on the recent chapters 3 and 4, I think he really does have the potential to make something that surpasses Undertale. Because like, oh my god, chapters 3 and 4 are so good. Like, holy shit. Especially 4. 4 is like one of my favorite things of all time now, honestly. Just all of the character development, music, boss battles, areas, vibes. Like, it's just, I fucking love chapter 4. But this is supposed to be an Undertale video. So yeah, I'll yap about Deltarune some other time, but for now, I'll just say that, like, Undertale means a lot to me, and I'm pretty sure that, like, I forgot a ton of things I wanted to say about it, but, like, yeah, I don't know, I've basically grown up with Undertale at this point, and it's been there during, like, a ton of defining moments of my life, and yeah, I don't know where I'd be without it. Probably like a racist bigot or something. I don't know. I genuinely love Undertale with my entire fiber of my being and stuff. And just thank you, Toby Fox, for creating one of my favorite things of all time. But yeah. This was like all over the place and like unorganized, and I was just basically yapping, but like I might try to make more of these in the future. I don't know. I don't really have time to edit full videos anymore, considering I have like college and work and stuff, and it sucks. And like I spend any of my free time on fucking Marvel Rivals. But yeah. I might try to do more of these. where I just like yap about a topic. I'll do an update video hopefully on the 21st night of September, but we'll see. But yeah, I've yapped for long enough. Take care of yourself. I hope you have a happy birthday. Memento Mori, peace, all that stuff. And just thank you, Toby Fox, for making one of my favorite games of all time. Love you, man. Alright, yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna end this. Insert epic Toby explosion. The iconic one, you know what I'm talking about.